if words are weapons, how are you going to use them? To lead us to war or to lead us home?
Words are magic. They always were. They create worlds. But like any powerful tool, they can heal or harm, depending on who is using them, why, and how. First point, when we hold a narrative, we hold the power. Governments, religions, media, even spiritual leaders knows that. The meaning of words is shaped by whoever who says it. Freedom can mean compliance. Healing can mean silence. Love can mean obedience. The same word can be used for multiple purposes and never mean the same. Ego wants security, not truth. The ego loves to label things: right, wrong, good, bad, awakened, asleep. However, words are empty when they are just repeated without the understanding of what's behind, what energy, egregore it holds. So even beautiful words like authenticity or alignment become new cages, measuring sticks we beat ourselves and others with. But no one will understand authenticity or alignment without experiencing it, and that's something we have to do ourselves. Capitalism sells healing as identity. Language becomes branding. Even self-love or empowerment gets monetized and sold back to us as a product. So the words lose their soul. They become performance instead of presence. Because presence is free. Everything you need is within, and yet you look around. You see that other people, brand, have the solutions to your problems. But that's also the power of community. Everything we perceive as good or bad is somehow testing us, challenging us, because how we react to all of the noise is somehow a great indicator of where we are on our own journey. We need that polarity. Wands distort perception. If someone is operating from pain, they can weaponize even the gentlest ideas. Boundaries can become walls. Truth can become cruelty. Accountability can become punishment. Not because the world is bad, but because the person is bleeding through it, and there's no blame in that. We all are at some point, through some words. There is no quick fix or way to avoid or ignore ideas that are far too deeply rooted, so unlearning is as important as learning. Ancestral wounds and struggle of true power. We as a society are deeply wounded by the paths our ancestors took. Their choices have left scars that echo in our everyday language and in the ongoing power struggles. The legacy of colonial and patriarchal systems has imposed narratives of domination, extraction, and division. Yet the real power emerges from reclaiming your own narrative. Recognizing that healing starts when you call back what is truly yours and work together to redefine the language that shapes our lives. Trauma hears everything through a filter. If someone's hurt, and we all are, from invisible and visible wounds, they can hear love as danger, praise as pressure, truth as attack. So even kind, true words can land like violence. Words are not heard for what they mean, but by what we can understand. But the flip side is powerful too. Once you see the way words have been used to wound, you can reclaim them to heal. If your words are weapons, how are you going to use them? To lead us to war or to lead us home? Here are some messed up beliefs people often absorb from society, culture, and conditioning beliefs about life that can deeply limit, shame, or harm us. And then I will give you my point of view. Take it or leave it. I'm only doing it to show you how quickly things can shift and how truth has many faces. Everything happens for a reason. Maybe there's no reason at all. Who even knows? The bigger picture is unknown to humans, and for good reason maybe. But this sentence can either make us angry or when you find your ground, be a declaration of detachment, not fighting against what is. It can be shifting as it happened, and I don't fight it. Good vibes only. Toxicity level 100. Without polarity, we wouldn't know good or bad vibes. So we cannot hide bad and expect us to be good. If you're suffering, you're not aligned. Suffering is part of the human journey, such as every other emotions. If someone ever says that to you, it's on them. They couldn't give you a great advice because they need some. Just think positive and everything will change. I mean, what the fuck? Positivity isn't a tool for changing. It is a realization from the core of your being. You cannot fake it. You cannot fake energy. But you can understand where just think positive feels wrong to you. That's your state of power. Questioning, exploring your own belief. You attract what you are. Does that mean that if I feel shit, I attract shit? This is a hell of a cycle. Yet, you also know that you are not only what you feel to be. You also always be a human, a living creature with flaws, sure, but also joy, abilities, ideas, maybe dreams. You are not the addition of all that you hate in yourself. You are also everything you are overlooking. So if everyone can access peace or love somewhere in the battlefield of your own wounded, hurting body, you are also that. You shouldn't be scared of attracting what you are, unless you know that your definition of yourself is not what you would like it to be. Because deep down, you know you weren't built to suffer. Maybe you are built to experience. You created your own trauma. No, you held on to it. Because you got no help to deal with it, to purge it, to take its hand, to have some compassion for yourself, to express that pain, that rage. You've been looping on the suffering of identifying to your traumas all of your life, because you felt it's like that, that's what happened, that's who I am. Another well-wrapped lie, comforting maybe, but also very heavy on your heart. You are not what happened to you. You never were. Spiritual people don't get angry. Anger is sacred. It isn't a solution, it is emotional expression. Anger is a mask to any emotions that have been building up in the backstage. Expressing it safely is sacred, and we should see every emotion as sacred. True spiritual people enjoy their anger. They feel its heat and respect it, and learn how to flow with it. And they also know how to not take their anger on other people. Manifestation works only if you're high vibe all the time. Well, manifestation always have been running in the background. So you've always been manifesting. No one is high vibe all the time. We are only humans after all. So the best we can do is to learn what it means, what it feels like to be the vibrational match for what you're looking to manifest. However, my pro tips is that I started assuming a few years ago that my emotional breakdown, my anger, my crying session, sacred to me. That it became high vibrational because I wasn't resisting my pain. I welcomed it. You can't help others until you're fully healed. Bullshit. Who is fully healed? Please, who? As long as we live, we'll experience and have things to learn. I don't like the term healing as if we were sick or broken. We just need time to reconnect to the source of who we are, capable, infinite being who forgot themselves way too often. Poverty is a mindset. This one hurts. This looks like blame. This isn't useful. It can bring people down more than plant a seed of possibility that maybe all of our reality comes from our perception of it. Poverty is one of the main problematic of the century. Yet the people going through it turns out to be more resilient, more open to simple joy and true coming from the heart of presence, happiness. If poverty is a mindset, so pain is. And where does it lead us? Gaslighting will never help. It only stiffens the mind. Love and light is all you need. Well, sure, love and light are cool, but life is a package. Take it or leave it. All you need is to embrace what is rather than fighting it. Your thoughts create your reality 100% of the time. You can program yourself to believe that, but it does not serve you if you struggle with intrusive thoughts and anxiety. Don't beat yourself up if something doesn't feel right. It probably isn't. Spiritual awakening means you're superior. I often think the total opposite. We are full, opening our eyes simply to realize we've been hurting ourselves. And now we gotta keep going. Ignorance is bliss, they say. I don't know, suffering in knowing is cool with me, because I can outgrow it. But superiority is an ego trick. You have to forgive to heal. You may have to forgive yourself for holding on it for too long, of what was never yours to carry all the way. Forgiveness is a choice we make from the hurt. No one can force it. It is your gift, from you to yourself. But if you can't or are not ready, it's okay. Your timing is your timing. You have to It's most of the time a lie, disguised in a statement. If you are sick, it's because of negative thinking. Health is a complex thing. Your body is a complex organism, and the cause and the effect are sometimes hard to pinpoint. But sickness can also be seen as upgrade, updates. Your body is adapting to your environment of what you consume, the food, but also entertainment, relationship. Taking care of your mind, body, and soul is recognizing that there is things you might not be able to avoid, but it's always an opportunity to learn from how you're reacting to it. Don't feel fear, it lowers your vibration. Try and tell me how it went. Fears was supposed to keep us alive a long time ago. Now it can try to eternally keep us safe. However, there is truth in what fears. However, there is truth in your fears about you and about your under-running programs of emotional responses. Shit talk and drama also lower your vibration, but we don't talk so much about that. You choose your life before you were born, so stop complaining. If that is the case, we had to forget it for a reason, to learn it all again, anew. And no one will ever stop complaining by hearing stop complaining. It's counterproductive. I mean, complaining also is, but to some it is a way of expressing how they feel, which is a good point. But it also changes nothing when we don't use it to purge it from our body, but just to dwell on our circumstances. So please, complain, but to yourself, journal about it, pep talk yourself about it. Words can truly liberate us rather than bound us. You can manifest anything instantly if you're aligned. Okay, but the if is giving me the ick. Everything manifests instantly. But desiring instant results sometimes come from the ego needs to be filled right now as a crying child. The conditional has no place in the mind of someone desiring to live more at peace and in sync with himself and the world around him. But the term unconditional is still a bit blurry in our mind because everything has conditions down here. This isn't a bad thing. Again, that's how we take it. So if this sentence feels as wrong to you as it does to me, it means you get that this kind of words only slow us down. And if you truly believe that the reason you haven't manifested yet is because you're not aligned, maybe ask yourself, what is alignment to you? How does it feel? Do you even know the feeling? Your manifestations are done, even without proof, if you say so. Karma will get everyone eventually, so don't take action. I wouldn't advise vengeance to anyone. Even if you crave vengeance, Try to do nothing, even if your mind is going wild. What we can learn from is that your energy is so precious that it would rather be used for creation rather than wasting it on vengeance. Destruction is sacred too, but no human should have the power to destroy another. Money is energy, so if you're broke, it's your fault. You can also blame your parents and your ancestors while you are at it. This is just as gaslighting, useless, yet profoundly hurting. Money is energy, but as everything is, so you've been feeding off a certain type of energy for all of your life, and it will not vanish just cause you want money to come in. The relationship we have with money is not only on us, as individual, all comes to security, survival. It is a big thing, and it shouldn't be overlooked or blamed, but addressed. You are not spiritual if you care about politics. Sorry, but I don't care about politics, but I still do. I still care of who is leading us as a community, who is looked up to, because putting blinders on us was never the purpose of spirituality. It was supposed to open our hearts and maybe our eyes a little more. I would love to see more spiritual people involved in politics. We have a lot to learn from each other, and beautiful things can come out of different people fusing the logic led by the mind and the human led by the heart. Being alone means you're spiritually evolved. Being alone means you either choose it or not. Being spiritually evolved shouldn't be something that isolates people. Maybe it takes all the bullshit away and you remember that you choose who you let in your life. Shadow work is only about healing childhood trauma. It works with all unresolved issues, fears, doubts, and even love, money, health. Being open-minded about yourself, your own self-discovery, can be crafted in a notebook. You should be grateful all of the time, even for your pain. I am grateful for my pain. But not everyone is me. But I'm grateful to be able to feel pain. Because either way, I'm not sure I will be able to feel ease or joy, polarity again. It's not all white or black. It never was. Alignment means never feeling pain again. Bullshit. As you are a human, you could still hit your toe finger and be surprised that, oh, it hurts. Alignment is not supposed to cage you into here's what you can and here's what you cannot do. Feel, think, be. This is conditional. You have to earn your worth. In career maybe, but in life, you were worthy of being held, nurtured, and breathing since you've been in your mother's belly. Nature is just made like that. Success equals happiness. Define success and define happiness, please. Thanks. Next. If you're not productive, you're useless. Did I skip the chapter where we were supposed to be useful? Productivity, when coming from the bottom of your heart, creates ripples. When it comes to obligations that we really don't resonate with, can in the long term create resistance in the act of being productive. Love has to be earned. Love is what brought you to life. The human's body loving life enough to allow another being to be created, to be born into this world. Life is loving us. Either way, we would have died by now. You can try to earn love, but it might be a never-ending battle. Would you try to buy oxygen while you were breathing some for free? You need to look a certain way to be loved. Appearance and surface level judging will be the death of authenticity and natural beauty. Your value is based on what you do, not who you are. Try it the other way around. Vulnerability is weakness. We think it is courageous not to be vulnerable around people when in reality it is you not being authentic for the sake of what? What others might think? Emotions make you irrational or dramatic. Emotions are part of the human experience, and humans are irrational when led by unmet needs and unproceeded emotions. But it isn't a bad thing. Life would be boring without emotions. A lot of people live for the drama now, and there would be no drama without emotions. Asking for help means you failed. This is the ego talking. Asking for help means you are not ready to fail yet. You should have your life figured out by insert age. Life is an endless cycle. There is no finish line at any age. You learn as you go. Men shouldn't cry. I feel so sorry for this fake ass "you gotta be strong cause you're a man" thing. This is way too much to carry on one's shoulders. Tears are just as natural as sweat, and you cannot make your body stop sweating or stop feeling. This is a sacred flow, and even if it's scary, it is worth a shot. Your brain will thank you. Nice people finish last. Who, where, what? Defining people always sucked, but even so, saying that the good ones have no chance of winning. This is another way of saying, you wanna win? Gotta be a bitch. You can't trust anyone. Most of us shouldn't even trust themselves. Trust comes from you. You are not responsible with what others do with that trust. That's why trusting can be a difficult process. Trust is like faith. We don't know what it will come out of it, but we either make the choice or we don't. But start with the trust you put in yourself rather than blaming the whole world. Family is everything, no matter how they treat you. No one, not even blood, should be able to break you. You can distance yourself from anyone who doesn't have your best interest at heart. People never change. Well, this is hopeless then. I gotta get back to sleep. From my point of view, every statement can be shifted and still stay the truth. And from my own experience, from being a nihilist to a firm believer in whatever the hell this is, change is possible, hard, but also inevitable. We change all of our life. Every minute, we become someone new, based on how we talk, act, and what do you choose to focus on. Forgiving someone means letting them back in. No, forgiveness belongs to you. You don't do it for anyone. From the comfort of your own hurt, you can forgive someone and never even talk to them again. Anger is bad and should be suppressed. This sentence is bad and should be suppressed. You have to be married to be fulfilled. You maybe try it the other way around. I mean, no marriage will fulfill you if you still look outside of yourself to be fulfilled. Suffering makes you more valuable. To whom? To those who benefit from you suffering. It's selfish to put yourself first. It is survival. People are not here to make you grow, to heal you. Putting others first all of your life is the fastest way to lose touch with your own needs. You matter. You need to put yourself first, at least sometimes. Dreams are just fantasies. Be realistic. Nothing was created from our realistic thinking. No invention, no art, no company, no nothing. Stability matters more than joy. No one has the same. Let's respect that. The truth of someone else will not necessarily be yours. You're too sensitive. Toughen up. What's the point? I love being sensitive. Have you ever seen someone apathic? Life is a competition. And who are you competing with? Only person worth competing with is the version of yourself you were yesterday. You can't trust yourself, because I've been split into opposite parts, the angel and the demon kind of thing. But how I interpreted it is there is more than one side to truth. It was like my intuition and ego were never agreeing on anything. Don't remember how or if I bypassed that, but trust is something you build, not something that falls from the sky, even between you and yourself. And that's a wrap on our first class in the art of shifting point of view. Together, we've begun untangling the twisted statements that weigh us down instead of lifting us up. That's the magic of words. The same story, told differently, can change everything. The same goes for our lives. This was just the first arc, the beginning of learning how to rewrite our inner scripts. From me to you, thank you for being here. I hope to create more soon. This topic means the world to me. If you've got some statements or beliefs that just don't sit right, share them with me. I'd love to help flip the script with you and for you. Take care.